Hello, loves. This is a message from your inner child. So obviously, if this message found you, then your inner child is the one that made that happen, okay? So this is probably the title, but the message here is your inner child asks you to please find your bravery again. Like the energy that came through from the inner child, like the collective, like inner child from so many collectively was, please ask them to find their bravery again. Meaning like, because I also put your suffering put you in a state of fear. And that's an initiation that you are meant to level up and ascend from. And basically like your inner child with this message was of that reminder of bravery. They're like, remember how brave you used to be? Like when you were a child, when you were younger, like you were fearless. You were imaginative and you were brave and fearless. Like, oh, me and all the neighborhood kids, like, oh, there's an old creepy house. Like, okay, let's go check out the old creepy house. Let's go do this. Let's jump off this. Let's ride our bikes and, you know, go off big jumps and like, you know, like whatever it is, right? And so your inner child is coming through and they're like basically like asking you to reconnect back to your heart, back to your center, back to them, back to you, back to your inner child. You are so brave. You are a brave, courageous warrior soul. But life has thrown you, because look, see how I like, see this? I put like heartbreak stole your strength. I literally wrote that. And then I like crossed, because other things were coming through, you know what I mean? So it was just like one thing and then another thing and then, you know what I mean? So heartbreak stole your strength. Pain stole your strength. Suffering. But these are all, like this says, your suffering put you into a state of fear. Like you have anxiety, you have PTSD, you have, you know, worry, you have insomnia, you have, you know, or trouble sleeping or whatever the case is. And your inner child's like trying to help you connect and remember and be like, remember how it was before all that happened. Remember you before all that happened. So just taking a moment and just really tuning in with that. Kind of like what, pay attention very closely, because, you know, this is like what I do with my clients with, right, like the shadow work and healing sessions and things like that. So when your inner child comes through for you, pay attention to like around the age or what you look like what age were you? It's going to be different for everyone. Like when you think of your inner child, the first image that shows up or the first, you know, version of you that shows up, it's very significant. Are you like 5 years old? Are you like 13 years old in junior high? Are you, you know, 10 years old? Like whatever it is. But that's the message. That is the message. And this isn't going to be a long message, you guys. But I just needed to, you know, get it out. And then I'm also going to be recording. I posted yesterday on the community page. I posted a thing about spiritual psychosis. Because I'm literally... So we know that the false matrix is over. It's done. Like, it's not even a question. Like, it is done. Okay? So a lot of people, and me as an oracle, as a prophetic seer, like I saw this, I knew this day was coming. Many of us did. The day where AI would start, you know, getting crazy. Basically the time where the matrix would start falling, all of the illusions and the whole game glitching and crashing and people glitching and you know, all these things, right? But the whole thing that's happening right now that I'm witnessing, that I'm going to do a video about, is one is spiritual psychosis. I'm seeing a lot of that. And then another thing that I'm seeing, which has nothing to do with this message, it's just I'm explaining like what I'm going to be recording for you guys, so you know, so you guys can know that that's on its way. but the confusion and the basically like a lot of people are going to be losing their ish. Okay, like it just is what it is. So there's a lot of people out there right now, especially with all the Aries energy, people that are triggered, people that are angry, like all of their anger, and it's all bubbling to the surface, and people are being very like their distorted ego. The distorted ego is being like projected onto people like crazy. So pay attention to the people around you and the situations where people are trying to control, manipulate, project, bully, all of that. People are showing their true colors because the illusions it's dropped. Like the masks have been ripped off. So I posted like a little thing on my Instagram last night all about this. But anyways, so I'm going to do a whole thing about that and spiritual psychosis. So that video is on its way. But let's get back to this message. Let's get back to this very beautiful message from your sweet, kind, innocent, fun-loving, brave, creative, imaginative, fearless little self. Okay? So where do I want to start with this? Let's get some messages from the Divine Matrix. This is messages of the Divine Matrix, right? We're all connected to the Divine Matrix, and we're all here living in the false. We've been living in the false matrix, but this is the Divine Matrix. So let's go ahead and see what messages from your inner child want to come through. I actually don't have any. Oh, you know what? I'm being called to get a certain oracle deck and use it. It's not, I don't have an inner child oracle deck, but the deck that I'm being called to, like, look, I don't even know where it's at. Shoot, I had to find it. But it's a specific deck about, it's an oracle deck, and it is a deck about surrender. It's called like Surrender Oracle or something. And it is messages about like what needs to be surrendered or what you're still holding on to and things like that. I don't know why, but I am being called to that. So anyways, let's get a message from the Divine Oracle. Let's start here and see where it takes us. Okay. All right, inner child. Okay, so this is you. This is these little yous that are still a part of you, you know. Obviously, inner child healing is a big thing right now. There's a lot of mother wound healing, father wound healing. And a lot of you guys that are here listening, you guys are the ancestral, familial, generational curse breakers. So you're someone who carries all the pain, all the suffering, all the wounding, all the lessons, all the karma for your family lines and for your own like past lives and things like that. So it's a lot. It's like what you embody and who you are and what you carry and what you came here to do. There are no words. Like, and so that's what it is. Like the more that you ascend and go through these initiations of pain, of suffering, of lessons, because we know that we don't grow, like we don't experience the most like life-altering, soul-expanding growth and lessons when we're like blissfully happy and like everything's going right and you know what I mean? It's the hard times. It's the pain. Pain is always the portal, right? So that's what your inner child is basically bringing through in this message. They're like, we've been through so much, even from from the day we were born. You know, everyone has their stuff. Everyone has their stuff. For some of you guys, I'm getting like, because a lot of you guys, like, you're in family lines where like some of like the people in your family lines or some of the people like in even your family, right? Some of the people in your family, yeah, there's karmic energy there for sure. Okay. But like some of you guys like had narcissistic parents or narcissists are in the family. Okay. That's most curse breakers. Most curse breakers are surrounded by narcissism or forms of toxicity that is mental, emotional, and unfortunately sometimes physical, abuse, right? So that's like basically like the role of the curse breaker. Like we come in and we awaken and we heal all that. But like through all of those experiences, like we don't remember all of our past lives and all the things we've been through and every single thing, right? So, but it lives in the subconscious. It's there with you. It's always a part of you. So let's say, as the curse breaker, you know, let's say you had a serious relationship and you got cheated on in your relationship in this lifetime. That betrayal is a wound that is gaping. Like, meaning that wound of betrayal that you felt in that moment, that wasn't just from that one incident and person. When that happened, it cracked open a wound of pain that ripples out through generations, that ripples out through lifetimes. So every single time anyone in your family line was betrayed, cheated on, lied to in that way, and you know what I mean? And every time you experience that yourself in other incarnations, that's the amount of pain that you felt in that moment. So every time you have been betrayed, it opens those wounds from past incarnations, etc., that ripple out through all space and time. And that's why, like, your heartbreak is like beyond heartbreak. Like, when you get heartbroken, it's like beyond. You feel so deeply, right? Because, like, when you love, you love deeply, right? Because you are someone that has experienced love and different forms of love and situations of love through many lifetimes too. You're a very layered, very deep soul. So my point with that is, like, the pain and the suffering, the initiations, those opportunities. Hold on, guys. I have a cat meowing out here. Hold on. I have my windows open, and so she can hear me talking, and she's outside and she's meowing. She's one of, like, the feral cats. Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and get some messages. So I just wanted to, like, explain all that. Holy shit, you guys, look, I split the deck. This was on the bottom of the deck. This is this right here. Right here. Thank you, beautiful inner child. Thank you, little Erica and little Ericas within me. And take this moment, mi amors, like, whoever's tuning in this moment, you guys, because this is a very healing message. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel. I am Erica. I am a psychic medium, oracle prophetess. Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot is not just a regular, like, a tarot channel or like every other channel out there, you know. I can only speak to my energy, my channel, and my work, but this channel is, speaking of portals, this channel is a gateway. This channel is a portal. This channel is a portal and pillar of light. So when you're called here, or when this shows up for you in your random news feed, or whatever the case, I'm getting major throat stuff happening in my throat chakra right now. Because there's so much throat chakra and it's suppressed truth. Your inner child is saying, it's your throat. Your throat is directly connected to the heart chakra. They work in sync with one another. You know what I mean? So, like, if your heart is blocked, your throat is blocked, you know, basically, right? Like, how can you be speaking from your absolute truth, authentic self, if your heart's blocked, right? That makes no sense. So I'm getting major throat activation, major stuff. So speaking activations and stuff, when you come to this channel is highly activating. Every message that I upload is encoded with divine activations, divine healing, etc. So you're not just receiving a message that resonates, you know, for you. You're also receiving activations and things like that. And your higher self already knows if it's welcomed or not welcomed. So you don't even have to worry about that. That's why people always, from like day one when I started my channel 5 years ago, people in the comment section and like clients and people that email me just to thank me or share something with me, they always say the same thing. I feel so good on your channel. Like the energy here, I feel good. Like the messages feel good. Like there's like an energy about it. That's what they're feeling. So anyways, just a little, okay. And just like a little FYI, a little reminder to even those of you guys who have been with me for a long time, the ancestral realm. And this is so beautiful. Thank you, ancestors. And it's cool because one of my candles I lit like calling in the ancestors. And this is an inner child message. It's about everything. And I'm talking literally about the ancestral wounds, karma, your family lines, being the curse breaker. And then the very first card that I see when I split the deck and that's shown to me is this: karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. So your inner child is like coming through, basically like kind of coaching you in a way, guiding you. And that's beautiful because our inner child teaches us so much. Our inner child teaches us how to have fun, how to laugh, be silly, you know, be adventurous, be creative, be imaginative, and also to be fearless and brave. Children are fearless. Children will jump off rocks, jump into pools. They don't even know how to swim yet, and they will jump into my youngest brother, the one, because I'm the oldest and I have 2 younger brothers. My youngest brother passed away in a car accident 10 years ago. But when he was little, he was like the little like shithead, you know, like he was like the little hellion, hell on wheels, you know what I mean? And he was like that until the, you know, basically until the day he passed, or transitioned back into the angelic realm. Cause he's actually a very like, I don't even know what to call it, but like a high level, like angelic. And he is a Blu-ray angel, and he actually sits like on a council of angelic, like Blu-ray, like with Archangel Michael and stuff. I've seen it plenty of times with myself. He's powerful, like a powerful angel. So I'm very grateful. But anyways, why was I saying that? Oh, because when he was little, and that's probably part of the reason why he was also so fearless and brave, because on a deeper level, he knew he had a short time here on earth. So he was gonna have fun while he was here, basically. So he's like 4 years old, doesn't even know how to swim. We're all at like a 4th of July, like it was like a block party type 4th of July party. So all the neighbors and all the kids are swimming, and like it's an amazing fun time. My little brother, like 4 years old or however old he was, he might have even been like only 3. He jumps in to the pool in the deep end, just like cannonballs right into the deep end, and just starts sinking. And my dad had to jump in to literally pull him out. Like, that's what I mean. But like, that's what I mean by fearless. And I share that story with you to, you know, just, it's the inner child. Thank you, inner child. It's the inner child being like, this is hilarious. Like, children are awesome. Like, this is a moment I'm like getting emotional, actually, not because of my brother, but because of the inner child, because of how genuine and pure and innocent and fearless it is. Because children have yet, I mean, for the most part, right? Like when you're really little, like you haven't experienced a whole bunch of life yet. You haven't been like, you know, like your heart hasn't been broken yet by your first love or by people you trust, or, you know what I mean? But I also know at the same time, many children grow up in households where, yeah, their heart starts getting broken at a young age by the people they trust the most, their parents, adults around them. I know, you guys, I know like, SA, okay, like I have to be very careful with what I say. Everyone does now, you know what I mean? But the amount of children who have experienced SA by their own family members or by a babysitter or by people that were supposed to be trusted, it breaks my heart. I'm a Blue Rose priestess. I resonate like most with the Blue Rose. I'm a Magdalene priestess, Magdalene, Isis, Hathor. I run a mystery school every Sunday. If you guys want to sign up for our main mystery school, by the way, enrollments are open. We're going to start. It's the first Sunday of May or whatever. So like this Sunday is our last gathering for April, and then we will begin May. So April is off and popping, and everyone is loving it. We meet every Sunday on Zoom. It is recorded. So if you miss it, you're a different time zone, you can't make that time, like it's all good. You will still be a part of it. All the things, like this is just like an ancient mystery school. It is initiatory. It's an initiatory experience. It's like you're initiating more into the path of being a healer, a priestess, a seer, a high priest. We have men also that have joined, divine masculine men, and the men are loving it too. The men are freaking, they love it. They love it. And they're very open, and it's just so beautiful to be able to bear witness to all of this and be a part of it. So anyways, if you're like, I need community, I need to be able to talk, I need to share, you know, I want to like excel, like I want to grow, I want to expand, I want to tap into esoteric knowledge, I want to, you know, learn about Tantra, I want to learn about Kundalini, I want to learn about this, blah, blah, blah. This is what we're doing. So anyways, reach out to me. All my info, email, everything's in the description box, all my services. and just say, I want to join the May Mystery School. And it's 111. By the way, that's the price, 111 USD for the 4 weeks. Okay. So that's it, you guys. All right. Okay. So the ancestral realm. So thank you. The ancestors are showing up and they're literally like, okay. And notice like the stone circles. This is crazy too, because just yesterday, if you haven't seen it and you resonate, I highly suggest tuning in with the message. But just yesterday, I just saw 2020. You have 2020 vision spiritually. I mean, like your physical eyes, I don't know. But the more that we heal and the more that we like ascend, like our body heals, like stuff ascends. Like there's many, many times where people have like horrible vision or they have to wear contacts or something. And then they start an awakening and then they start like working on healing themselves or their eyes or whatever. Or like literally like their eyes just like regenerate. Like, because you guys know that like, you know, the more that we open up and bring healing within and heal wounds and ancestral karma and do all these things, we actually like, it's like that's why people all the time like look at light workers and they're like, you glow, you radiate, like you have this light around you, or, you know, like you have a light about you. Like people can, you know, because we literally do, you know, we kind of like start aging in reverse basically. And your inner child is talking about healthy boundaries, because you really suffer with that, because your whole life from a young age, your personal boundaries, like you didn't know healthy boundaries. All you knew was having your boundaries crossed all the time, feeling uncomfortable, feeling violated, feeling uneasy, feeling that tension in the room, like, or with certain people and individuals, like people that just cross the line or, you know, burdened you at a young age with their problems or something else. Or, you know, you may have grown up in a house where your parents fought all the time or this or that. And like, you saw and witnessed a lot at a very young age. Okay. That is growing up not knowing what healthy boundaries are, or healthy love, or healthy relationships. Okay. So let's go back to the bravery thing, because I want to like wrap this message up. But the inner child is very much like, listen, basically like the stuff that you're trying to call in right now or manifest, create, like all the things, everything connects with your inner child. And that's why the inner child was coming through again so strongly as well. Like, again, the message specifically was your inner child asks you to please, like that, like big, like please find your bravery again. Remember your bravery again. Because you've just been through so much pain and like hurt and just disappointment, all this stuff. It like dimmed your light. It like made you cower. Like maybe when you were younger, like maybe like someone would say something to you, like, and maybe it was kind of out of pocket or they crossed your boundaries. Maybe at a younger age, you had no problem at all putting people in their place or checking someone. But maybe now, because you're older, which seems funny because it seems like, if anything, as an adult, you should be more like firm and standing your ground and like, you know what I mean? But it's like through time, you just, like I said, the pain and all of it, like it just kind of like got to you and you lost that fearlessness and that bravery. And like, especially if you dealt with like narcissists or people who were very ABUSIVE to you, that will definitely, like the inner child was just so battered and wounded and scared. It's like it was conditioning and programming. So like when someone raises maybe you grew up around in a household where people yelled, or you had a dad that raised their voice and it scared you. It was to instill fear. So now like sometimes loud noises or when someone raises their voice, it's highly triggering for you because it literally like stirs up all that stuff that, you know what I mean? So this is all stuff that you've been healing. Okay. A lot of people who were like neurodivergent and all this stuff, all of this stuff, all of these maladies that like humans get now, like everyone has anxiety, everyone has PTSD, everyone, you know, everyone's neurodivergent. It's like crazy. And that comes from trauma. That is not who we really are. And I wish people would stop claiming that like so openly and like, yeah, I get it. Like embracing things and like not denying things about yourself. But also, like, why would you claim something that's actually not, like, it's not a good thing? You know what I mean? like, you know, oh God, yeah, I have it. I have anxiety. Like every day I have anxiety. So you're constantly telling the universe, I have it. It's mine. I have it. I have it. It's a part of me. So that's why nothing changes. But if you start working intentionally with not claiming that stuff, instead, like, my body is healthy. Like, again, like I saw that 2020, like, let's say you do stuff, like, my body is healthy. You know, everything that I eat, I'm nurturing myself. Everything is healing my body. Like, my body is always healing. I have suffered with anxiety, but that's healing. You know, it's all healing. It's all going away. There's something about that too. Like, the inner child is like, you've been so broken and you've been so wounded, and like, you didn't get love in a lot of ways you should have. You didn't get love from your parents the way you should have, the way a parent should love a child. You didn't get loved by your spouse or your partners, etc., the way you should have, the way you deserve. So what happened is you started accepting less because deep down you didn't feel worthy of what you truly on a soul level came here to have and to be and to desire and all of that. So this is all about rewiring and reprogramming. And you guys, like, I'm a shadow worker, and like I'm a light worker. I'm a shadow worker of the light. So working in the underworld, in the shadow, in the subconscious realm where the inner child is, that, I mean, it's in your heart, but like, you know what I mean? That's like, I'm really, really helpful and really great at assisting people with healing in these ways. I've done it for many lifetimes, actually, for sure. So if you're like, I just feel like I need some help with this, reach out to me, you know, book a healing session, whatever you want to do. But it's a lot, and it's not, you know. But notice the stone circle. This is like, for me, very Celtic, very Avalon, but there's like stone circles and portals and things like that all over the world. Like, don't get me wrong, they're everywhere. But that's what I was saying about the reading yesterday. I just did a reading about having past lives as a Celtic druid and also having connections and ties with Avalon. And this right here for me is very Celtic, Gaelic, Avalon. like, you know what I mean? Okay. So let's get one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this. We'll just get a few messages. The third eye. The third eye keeps showing up. And remember, I kept having all that throat stuff too. So there's a lot of throat chakra activations, but healing, a lot of throat healing around your truth and around the truth, like around releasing. Your inner child is like, it's time to release these truths about yourself that like you have basically like accepted, but they're not, it's like false truths. Like, these are not real. Like I can't do this. I don't know if I can, you know, and then again about your bravery and stuff. They're like, the truth about us, about you, you're brave, you're courageous. That's your truth. You really are. So I don't know what's happening with the throat, but the throat chakra is helping. There's a lot opening that is forcing you more into your truth, like your true, genuine, authentic soul truth, and living in it, embodying it. Not just being aware of it, but literally living and embodying it and speaking it. Because I have a feeling a lot of you guys are going to be speaking truth to people. There it is. There's my throat again. See, as soon as I say that, as soon as I say you're going to be speaking truth to people, and that's what your inner child is saying about courage and bravery, because like life just beat you down so much that you lost your courage, you lost your bravery. Along the way somewhere, it started deteriorating more and more and more and more. And you started growing smaller and smaller and smaller. And now you're awakening and you're growing and you're expanding, and so you're getting all that back. But there's areas where like you hit a wall or something. It's like maybe a certain person, like maybe it's a father or a sibling or a mom or anyone, honestly, like someone, you know, a family friend, or like someone that just constantly berates you and crosses your boundaries, but maybe like because of your conditioning, you just cripple in fear instead of like popping back and putting that person in their place, you like cower to them. okay? And I'm getting a lot of father domination, like dominant father energy, toxic masculinity. This world has been run by toxic masculinity for thousands of years. And look where that got us. Toxic masculinity is DEAD. It's over. Anyone who is still living in toxic masculinity, the universe is hitting them hard right now. Their life will be ripped apart. Like things will just fall apart in every which way. Their cars will break down. Their things in their home will break. Their money will suffer. Like the universe is not having it anymore. So anyone who's trying to do that or operate or be like that, especially to you, especially to a generational curse breaker, a beautiful, pure angelic soul of light and love, someone who's just compassionate and came here for so much. These people that do that kind of stuff to you or have done that, these people don't have big purposes like you. They are NPCs. They are non-player characters of the false matrix grid. They're just space holders in a simulation. That's it. And they're all glitching out right now. And as they're glitching, you're seeing more, you're gaining more of your strength back and your truth is returning while they are being pushed down like this by the universe. It's like the universe is rubbing their face in the shit right now. And the universe is like, all right, are you going to be nicer? Are you going to learn? Are you going to release control in this toxic masculinity? Nope. All right. There you go again. The universe just keeps. So my point with that is they are very triggered right now. These kinds of beings, these people, whoever they are for you. You might work with them. They might be in your family. They might be your neighbors. They might, I don't know, like you might, other parents at your kid's school, stuff like that. And you can always tell like NPCs too, because NPCs, they lack any kind of actual depth. And I can just tell them and I know a lot of you guys can, but the NPCs, they're just here doing like the robotic, mundane, going through the motions, like the Truman Show. Like he's in the Truman Show, he's like, he wakes up and he's like, what the fuck is going on? This is insane. But no one else notices it. And they just keep doing everything they do every day. Yeah. Right? Anyways, going back to the third eye. Your third eye is insanely powerful. There's a lot of dark entities that really would love to get into your third eye and hook in and siphon and see all you see. I would definitely, for who's watching this, we are divinely held and loved and protected, right? But we also have to have like really good spiritual hygiene. We are spiritual beings in a human meat suit, in an avatar. So we have to love and attend to our spiritual beingness. So what I'm getting with the third eye, like your third eye is just so lit. Okay. Also like something about like your third eye being powerful, but using your third eye like so much right now. Again, this ties back to the inner child, because the inner child's like, remember how our vision used to be so imaginative when we were young? We used to see all kinds of things and be able to envision our future and what it would be like as an adult and what I want to do and like all these things. Your inner child is inviting you to tap back into that. And also, this is going to bring forth a lot of inner child healing for whoever this sees. Because I feel it. I feel the intensity of what your inner child has felt and why you shut down and why you've been in fight or flight and survival mode for so long. Why you get crippled in fear. It's like you want to do things, but you get crippled. You get so crippled with fear and anxiety that it puts you into freeze state. But you have to be strong enough and brave enough and courageous enough, like your inner child is saying, to pull yourself out of that and to heal it and to no longer claim it as something that is you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not your inner child. And that's what your beautiful, brave, brilliant inner child is saying in this message. Stop claiming the shit. You can't be that and be the new version of you and this new beautiful timeline and reality. Your inner child is like, it doesn't work both ways. And the inner child is like, I'm all here for this timeline, this new golden, beautiful life with all these adventures and travel and experiences and success and money and connection and love. And the inner child is like excited for that. But the adult version is holding that back. And the inner child is here to help you, to reignite, to reconnect, and to stick up for yourself and stand up to yourself against the NPCs, against the narcissists, against the bullies. Because they are. If you're a curse breaker, there's bullies everywhere. Everywhere. They love to project. They love to project their unhappiness, their self-hatred, their self-loathing, their own personal anger and rage. They like to use light workers and other people as their punching bag. And your inner child is fucking sick of it. Your inner child is the one, little 5-year-old self, little 6-year-old self, little 10-year-old self, little 14-year-old self, little 17-year-old you. They're fucking sick of it. They're done being the punching bag. They're done living in fear. They're done living anxiously. They're done being in a free state because of experiences they once had. So this is that message. So using your third eye, this is what you've been doing. You have your whole the whole ancestral realm. Your ancestors, they're backing you big time. And because of the work you've been doing, you're also going to be receiving a lot of glory, abundance, all the things, all the fruits of your labor, everything you deserve. Because you deserve it. And that's what your inner child is like. For so long, we have felt undeserving. Like we do all the things that oh yeah, of course I want to be successful and I want to get a good job, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, right? Like we've been going through those motions, but deep down inside, in the subconscious realm, you had extreme wounds of unworthiness because other people and experiences made you believe that and feel that. And so your inner child is like, we are done. This is the moment. That Aries energy, take advantage of it. It is pure courage and bravery, assertion, being assertive, standing your ground. It's the god of war. If people want to fuck around and find out, FAFO, then bring it, honey. I'm a divine warrior of God's source. You don't scare me. I'm not going to back down to you. Because you get huffy and puffy, or you raise your voice, or you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to work. And the inner child is right there with you. Like, yeah. Like, just like a bully to a child, and then the adult, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, get the bully. Like, that's how your inner child is feeling. So, whatever situations, whatever the bullies have been or are in your life, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's someone in your friend group, someone who likes to nitpick. They're not a friend if they do that, obviously. But maybe it's just someone you tolerate. Because that's what I'm getting, the toleration. And that right there is a lack of boundaries, because you're kind and you're, an empath or whatever, you always give people the benefit of the doubt. Oh, maybe they just are grumpy, or oh, maybe they just had a bad day, or oh this, or oh that, or they don't mean it. That's another program and conditioning that a lot of your inner child is like. It's the bipolar explosiveness that many of us have encountered throughout our life from other people. People that have tempers, people that are freaking ticking time bombs and angry inside. Like, if you're here watching this, that kind of temperament doesn't live inside of you. Meaning, do you have anger and rage and things like that like everyone else? Abso-freaking-lutely. It's called our shadow. It's called our inner demons. But the difference is you're not someone who goes around projecting it on to other people to feel better about yourself or to feel in control. You don't do that. That kind of temperament doesn't reside inside of you, because that's not who you are in your heart and on a soul level. That's why when people have done dirty ass things to you throughout your life, it's no revenge. Like, you're not someone who's seeking revenge and you're going to pay and this and that. I'm going to make sure you pay. Like, you don't hold that kind of energy within you. It doesn't live inside of you anywhere. So your ancestors want you to know that, like, every time that something like that happened and you were like, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. They're letting you know, like, all of that is coming back to you, like, in the most beautiful of ways. So anyways, I could go on and on, you guys, with this, but it's been a long day, and my voice is like, I can always tell, like, I'm done, because my voice will start getting crackly. Like, my throat chakra lets me know, okay, girl, time to wind down, time to end. Soul star activation. So your soul star chakra is super lit. See the Merkaba up here? We have Horus energy, ancient Egyptian god, connected with Osiris, Isis, Ra. Again, ancient Egypt, ancestors, lifetimes, like everything. But you're powerful. This is powerful. But your soul star, like you're so connected to the divine, it's not even funny. That's why I was called to use the divine matrix, Oracle. Fulfilling soul contracts. So karmic release, healing the lineage, fulfilling soul contracts, and remembering who you are. Thank you, inner child, for this message. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Horus. Thank you, ancestors. This very last message here as we end, remembering who you are. Your inner child asks you to please find your bravery again. This whole message was literally about that. Remembering who you really are on a soul level. As a divine warrior of the cosmos, of the angelic realms, of powerful, powerful times of history. And also just, just remember your power. Remember your courage and your bravery. Your inner child is like, we're done with this. We're not doing this merry-go-round, letting people do whatever they want, talk however they want to us. We're not doing that anymore. We're fighting back, but in a way of divine justice. And I'm telling you, all those kinds of energies, they're dropping like flies right now. The universe is weeding them out, and it's also protecting you as much as it can from these people. But sometimes, because people always ask me, they're like, well, Erica, if I'm divinely protected, like, how come sometimes these people come into my life or they show up or whatever? And I'm like, well, because if it's a part of some type of like let's say you and that person, even if it's just someone like who's like, let's say you go to like Costco or In-N-Out Burger or, I don't know, anywhere. And someone just, how people are just insane and like, it could be anything. You know what I mean? Someone gets pop off over a parking space or something like that, right? Sometimes we have, even if it's just a brief encounter like that with a total stranger, sometimes we have soul contracts that need to be fulfilled in that moment. And sometimes we just act as an activator or a mirror, a reflection. Because sometimes that person who's being pop off or acting insane or being a crazy whatever, sometimes we are literally meant to be there as like an angelic reflection just to activate or show them something. Basically we're meant to trigger them, and there's been plenty of times where people have been meant to trigger us. But once you heal those wounds within, then that stuff doesn't trigger you anymore. You then become the reflection to trigger others in those ways. Of the wounds that you healed, you trigger other people who haven't healed those wounds yet. So, you know what I mean? I know it makes sense. But anyways, okay, so this is what I've got for everyone. I love you guys so much. Let's just go ahead and end with any messages about like what's incoming for this group of souls. So you guys, this is so beautiful. Connect with your inner child. And like right now, there's like all these children here coming through, like all different ages, all different ethnicities. Like it's making me really emotional because it's so beautiful. Your inner child is so beautiful. Our inner children are so beautiful. And they're so It is your soul. It is your higher self. The inner child is the soul. It is the spirit. It is the higher self. But it's the aspects of it that, like, you know what I mean? So they're like, basically like, F these people. You like, not like in a meet, like we don't, you know what I mean? It's time to take your power back. Because if you don't, it'll never end, or whatever it is. It might be a really toxic boss. For some reason, I'm kind of getting that like emperor and authoritarian figure. So maybe you have like a boss who's out of line. Maybe, listen, I've had 2 different careers, I should say, because I worked in corporate America for a long time before I started doing this. Because a lot of people think I'm way younger than I am. And people are like, what do you mean? Like, how old are you? I'm 41. Okay. So, and I started corporate America when I was 18. So anyways, I had 2 different instances where I was, you know, sexually harassed by 2 different bosses. And both of them tried to spin it and try to, like, they basically tried to get me like fired after that because they were guilty, because they were pieces of shit. So then they felt like uncomfortable being around me there after what they did. They did something inappropriate. And then they felt uncomfortable with me being there, even though I was innocent and they were the POSs. Both times that happened, because you guys, I look back at my life now in so many occasions, and I just thank my spirit guides and my angels and my loved ones on the other side, because they've protected me so many times. Both times that happened, like horrible things happened to both of those people, like right after. Like, and when I say horrible, I mean bad. Like losing someone close to them bad, like, you know, health problems bad, okay, like really bad, like stuff that took you permanently out of your job for the rest of your life, and you would have to be on disability until you pass away bad. Like, do you catch my drift? So, you know, and then I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, and I'm just this young, like the first one was it was my second job. Actually, I was still pretty young because it was like right out of high school. So it was because I did have a little tiny job for a little bit while I was in high school for like a couple months. So my second real job was right out of high school. Like I literally just graduated high school and I just turned 18 so I could get a job. Like, and it was actually a woman boss who did that. And then the other one was a man. And just very inappropriate. And it traumatized me because I was so young. Like, you're still basically a kid. Just because you graduate high school and you're like at that age where you can go to college and stuff, like you're still a kid. And so it really messed with me. It traumatized me. And then I felt so uncomfortable and I felt sad and I felt angry because, like, how dare them do that to me and then I get punished over it because they're in a position of authority. But like I said, my ancestors do not F around with people. So it was like it happened. And then like literally within like 2 weeks, basically of each incident, God struck these people down with lightning, and it was bad. So I even felt like guilty or something for a while. Like after that, like when I like heard what happened and all these things, and like, I thought, oh my God, like, cause I was so angry at these people and just so sad and heartbroken by like, and just traumatized. I thought like, oh my God, like, did I like manifest this? Like, did I like hurt these people? But I didn't. Of course I didn't. I would never wish ill will on anyone. I would never want to hurt anyone or see anyone else hurt, even if you hurt me. And that's the difference between a light worker, a curse breaker, and some other just regular NPC, Joe Schmo human out there in the world. Yeah, the devil, the demons have been trying to attack me my whole life. My whole life. The first time they tried to unalive me when I was like 3 years old. And I was smashed by a garage door. So, you know, and it's just been nonstop ever since. So, you know, but that has made me a resilient, brave, courageous, strong warrior. And yeah, even for me, I've had to do I mean, of course, like, we're going to be doing healing work until the day we leave this meat suit and this 3D space. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. It cracks me up when people, this is another spiritual psychosis thing, when people think they're just healed and they're done. Like, oh yeah, I went through a dark night of the soul. Like, I'm healed. Yeah, I'm good. I was kidding. But if you know, you know, right? So anyways, you guys, we're 50 minutes in. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your loving support. Thank you for being in this sacred space, in this channel of light space. I hope that this helps you. I know that it will. And so that was when the children came through and I got emotional a minute ago. They were showing me like photographs of them, like when they're little. And what that message was for you right here at the end is your little inner child self, whatever age you're connecting to right now, when you think of your inner child, go get some pictures of your inner child. Like when you were little, ask your parents for them, get them out of photo albums, like whatever, wherever you get some pictures of you when you were little, you know? Put one up on your bathroom mirror so you see your little self every day right now, because this is healing work. This is shadow work. This is healing work to help, okay? To help align and to help you become more of who you really truly are, like desiring and wanting to be. We have to do this work, and your inner child is like so here for it right now. So again, if you feel like you are, you know, like you just need some extra help, or you want to, I'm here for you. Just everything's in the description box. I love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that this is 50 minutes, but it is what it is. So happy April. We're almost going to be moving into Taurus season now. So whoo, okay, like whoo, okay, because Aries season has been rampant, right? Little ragey, little crazy, little very fiery, very motivating, very passionate, but very like, ooh, very intense. That's Aries energy. Aries is, it begins the zodiacs. It is the beginning. Aries represents the beginning. Aries rules the ascendant house in astrology, in the birth chart, right? The first house is the ascendant. That is Aries energy. It is the beginning. So you're at the beginning of your new life. And that's why the inner child is like, look, it's so cute. Cause like the inner child's coming in like, hey, listen up here. Like, I know, I see all the work you've been doing and all that, but now the child is speaking up now. Okay? And the biggest message is remember your bravery. Please, please remember your bravery. The next opportunity that comes into your awareness where anything or anyone is trying to push back on you and make you smaller to make themselves louder or bigger, that's your moment to stand your ground and to exercise your healthy boundaries and to remember who you are, because that's a part of why you're here. It's a part of fulfilling these soul contracts. Okay. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.